Hello, everybody. I am so happy to be here with you today, to be sitting with you. I hope you are finding yourself well or coming into awareness of how you are, however that is. Excuse me. My name's Eli Ryn. I use all pronouns. I am here today in my little basement studio, coming to you from the ancestral lands of the Odawa, Ojibwe, and Potawatomi, among many others, colonial known as Chicago. And I feel very blessed to be with you all. Every time I'm here with you, it feels like exactly the right timing. And I kind of really like that it's always last minute that they're just like, "Hey, Lama Rod's gonna be gone." And I'm like, "Oh, perfect." I was feeling the pull to be here in this way, not just observing. And everything we do today will be we'll have cues. There'll be stuff in the chat from Eric for our lovely help tech hosting. Thank you. So no need to fret about what's coming next. I hope you can settle in. And more than that, I hope even in this moment, even in while like the songs were playing, we start the practice of just choosing, of really embodying our agency and settling into figuring out what's right for us in this moment, right? For me, Medicine Buddha is a practice, or Medicine Buddha practice is like a space to really cultivate the receiving of medicine and also the creation and co-creation of our own medicine, right? I've been sitting with Lama Rod for, I don't know, over half a decade in Medicine Buddha Sit particularly. And as the years go by, I find that the deep listening cultivated in this space and in all kind of rich ancestral practice spaces really points me to the fact that medicine is abundant. Like that is the thing that I learn in my body. Medicine is something that I don't have to go elsewhere for. Like there is medicine outside of me that is for me, and also there is so much that can be generated when I slow down and listen and find what's at my fingertips. And so before we start our practice, I just wanted to talk for a little bit just about how that can develop and how like beautiful and heartbreaking and rich it can be. You know, over this past I feel like medicine is the moon is in Virgo right now. And if you are an astrology girly like me, or a budding one like me, Virgo, it's all about like health and like skillful application and making like medicinal elixirs is a really good, I don't know, if the moon's in Virgo, it's just a great time for that. And some things I've been working on lately as I weave my practice, I was raised in traditional Zen and Jodo Shinshu Buddhism and really was like kept myself kind of compartmentalized when I was younger. I would do Buddhist practice when I was in a Buddhist space. Martial arts, kind of blended into that, but that was just like Zen and fighting. And then I would find my own like connection to blackness and my own connection to how I relate to the world through like family and outside spaces. But as I have grown my practice and deepened it over the past, 10 or so years, I'm 32. I feel like my 20s were really about integration. And so for me, hoodoo, West African spirituality, Buddhism, abolition, these all kind of mix into this beautiful, empty, full, rich experience of tapping into agency, like I was talking to before, like what I can do with those around me, dissolving my sense of self that's so rigid and expanding it into the community has been a gift of this practice. And so today we'll sit off camera. We're like blessing a bunch of medicine right now. I'm going to show you this. Yeah, like that. We've got a bunch of herbs and mojo pouches and like beautiful sachets that have been blessed over the past half a year that will I'll be selling soon and like have some protective oils. And this particular batch of medicine that I'm making was inspired like deeply by this practice. Last year I went on a big like sojourn, journeying over 2,000 miles along the Underground Railroad and really connecting with Harriet Tubman for me as like an ancestral lineage holder, as an abolitionist lineage holder. And I feel like my medicine got so much deeper on that trip. And I carried, there was times where I was out in the middle of nowhere, just like on my phone, tuning into Medicine Buddha and bringing this energy onto the Underground Railroad. This like medicine has wood from a fallen branch from Ma Harriet's cemetery. Like it's so deeply woven over slow practice. And it just like I was just having all this on my heart today as I was coming into this practice that none of these like what feels like a miracle to me that this could be what I do every day is take care of people. All of this has been like born from practices like this. And so I hope as we sit together, as we chant and as we recite our prayers out loud, we really take the opportunity, if it feels good, to notice how beneficial it is to like slowly get intimate with what arises within us. Our grief, our joy, our connection. There's a Dogen quote that says, enlightenment is intimacy with all things. And I think it can be difficult and scary to be like truly intimate with our grief, with our many faces, with our yearning for liberation, with our moments where we don't believe truly that we deserve to get free. That can be hard to face. And so, this practice for me, whether it's your first time or you're returning, is a window into that belief in my prayers, into that idea that Lama Rod posits so often that, we just have to remember that we are already free. Thinking of somebody like Harriet Tubman, I think of like how free, how like faithful, how truly strong your belief in your own innate freedom must be to be born in a plantation and to know you do not deserve that. In fact, you deserve to leave. And then after you leave, come back and show other people that. That's the kind of energy that Medicine Buddha also gives to me. Somebody who was like a deep physician of the community, mental and spiritual and physical, and whose vows are to really like discover what it means to co-create freedom. That's something I hope we can, I don't know, foster here. And we do foster here. And I'm going to, before we chant together, just read a little reading for y'all to open up. Um, Introducing myself feels like I never know where to start or where to end, and I get rambly. And so this is something I don't think I've read in a couple years, but I just happened upon it while I was organizing things in my library today. And I wrote this little short, 2-page little thing from it's in a zine called Even the Score, which was a zine on anti-nationalism by Homie House Press. There's a free PDF of it that I gave Eric the link to. They can put in the chat. But really, I think this energy, it's called Will You Get Free With Me? This is what I hear Medicine Buddha asking of me. This is what I hear Harriet Tubman, my ancestors, all of the Buddhas really inviting me into. This is the kind of energy that I bring to the table today and that I hope we can share with and sit with. And as I read also, please feel free to tend to yourself, do what is necessary to you. Listen, don't listen, I won't be offended, but really, continue tending. Will you get free with me? a meditation on anti-nationalism, a love letter to radical community, a record of abolitionist lineage transmission. I want to be free, and I can't get there without you. I need you by my side for this, breathing the entire universe in and out with me. How else could we hold it all? If not, one of us may arrive alone, then we must carry each other across the threshold in loving arms. I am sitting in a cemetery filled with settler bodies on unceded Potawatomi, Odawa, and Ojibwe land. It is a sub-freezing February day, and the ground is glistening white. I am facing my fear of ancestral ghosts as my boots break trail in the snow. Before me, there is a gravestone bearing my last name that belongs to a stranger. Across the country, my auntie is rushed to the ICU with emphysema and pneumonia. My sensei father passes after holding on for much longer than expected. A few states over, 2 more fathers of close friends pass. None of them came from this land, and very few of them chose to be here. And yet, we are born and die on this land. It holds the nakedness of our flesh, always without shame, reflecting in our foot and handprints its gentle bearing of our weight. When I breathe in, I am flooded with the grief of everything at once. Did they know peace before they died, even with the burdens of generational trauma and the constant fight for embodiment and connection under colonialism, capitalism, white supremacy? Did they find their out, their reason, some joy in the hope of a way to get closer to burning it all down? Will they be rewarded in life beyond with the fruits of abolition? Will they know true homeland? I am sitting with suffocation in our displacement and grief, the violence of nation. Can't you feel the heat of my exhale join yours? For me, please, take a moment to sense it. I want to live, to be free. Everything is at stake, exactly right now. Imagine sitting back to back in the sun together. Take a deep breath in through the nose, and slowly let it out through the mouth. Let your shoulders drop away from your ears. Let your jaw unclench. Relax the lower back, glutes, and thighs. Notice the temperature of the air around you. Feel your lungs expand in all directions as you inhale. And as you exhale, sigh out completely, letting a little sound resonate and ground deep within your belly, toes, and the earth. What border could be drawn between us when we breathe this way? When our bellies hang completely relaxed and our skin, sun-warmed, sweats salt into the atmosphere and earth. Without indigenous land, my body becomes the territory. I feel the soil of connection with my community. I tend to it with expansive queerness. This is the trans-divinational experience, releasing into the divinity of continual transformation and refusing to use false borders. This, too, is where I meet you. In the unlimited capacity we have to transform, to birth healing and care. In the parts of you that have already become a part of me. Do you feel me with you in those pauses in between inhale and exhale? At the top of a breath, when my belly, lungs, and back are filled, there is a moment to dwell before the exhale. I do not search for homeland because it has filled my whole being. Each of my ancestors is with me as I expand. Again, we meet. Face I have not yet held. Forehead I have not yet joined with mine. Ancestor who has not yet become. When I am full of everything in the whole world and beyond, and it is full of all of us. Before the breath starts to leak and spill from my nose and throat, I kneel exactly before you. Will you get free with me? I know the path is long and weary. We are so tired, and so much violence has been carved into the land, our hearts. But I am here before you, and my hands are outstretched. Place your hands in mine and feel my breath. Don't you hear how loudly our hearts beat together? At the end of my meditation, I bow, chant, and stand before the gravestone. My out-breath becomes vows. With such conviction, it brings tears to my eyes. Inhale. I vow to be here. Inhale. I vow to be present. Inhale. I vow to return. My breath is entirely ours. May we always return to the moment. May we set each other free. Thank you for indulging me and listening to that. The only way we get free is together, you know? By letting our hearts break, by not being scared to be fully ourselves, by, putting away how it might look or how I might feel about reading words that I wrote and still make me cry, just letting myself be, right? Into this. These are, without even reading one of the, what is it? It's either 17 or 48, but Medicine Buddha vows, without even diving into that. Just the vow to be here, all the way me. That is my great aspiration, because all the way me is all the way you. That's my experience, is chanting these words and reciting these prayers. It's bringing my heartbeat in alignment with yours. It's my physical sound waves moving through your speakers and hitting your body and slowing with the mostly water that you are and creating new frequencies, right? We are practicing to change each other. And in this great changing, what I've learned from a lifetime of being trans and queer is that the refusal to box myself in, to let myself be defined in a rigid way, even by myself, produces that scary jump that is so necessary to fall into deeper freedom, right? To let my heart break into the ocean of compassion that it can truly hold. And so we'll open up with our invocation mantra of Om Menla Sangye Kino Soha, which is in the chat. And I invite us to really, you know, whatever your front line is, whatever your version of medicine making and freedom tending is, I hope we can channel that sincerely, you know, with belief. May we find trust in ourselves and in this practice, because believing it's futile, believing that we can't get there, prevents us from getting there, right? Believing that when I say may all beings be free, that all beings will be free is most of the battle. I don't believe that strongly when I'm really detached from myself, when I'm feeling overwhelmed and wallowing. Not that it's bad to not believe it, but I feel far away from that truth. When I feel rooted in community and practice and agency, it's such a simple thing to love all the way. And so we'll take a few deep breaths here. Just settling into your spot, finding your seat, continuing to respond to yourself. And we'll do one long Om, chant the invocation mantra 3 times, and then end with one long Om. Om en la sangye kino soha. Om en la sangye kino soha. Om en la sangye kino soha. Taking slow breaths in and out. We send out this divine invitation for the Medicine Buddha, for our ancestors, our guides and spirits to arrive with us in this space. Wherever we are, we might bring our attention deep into our belly. As our chants reverberate through the space, we take a moment to bask in the feeling of breath filling and emptying from our bodies. I invite you, if it feels nice, to imagine you're sitting in front of a big body of water. You know, Lake Michigan is a little bit before me. Maybe you're sitting next to a big ocean, whatever feels good. And as we breathe in, we imagine the wind that rolls over the waves, the top of the water, comes into our body and swirls in the belly. As we breathe out, an internal exhale, like Lama Rod was mentioning in the grief sit a couple weeks ago. We breathe in and exhale just into our body, imagining that energy of the waves and ocean and wind filling us, dispersing throughout us. Welcoming in the gods, the spirits, the deities, the bodhisattvas can be as simple as this. Taking a breath in and out. The Medicine Buddha rises deep within our belly. the energy of cleansing, of tending, of discovery. The space to let our hearts break together. All becomes a little more possible. And with a reminder to offer your prayers, the prayer link, whenever you feel ready, we will move into our main mantra practice. We'll chant, offer the prayers, and chant again. And as we chant today, I'll open up with the drum. And we really, our mantra is Tayata Om Bekanse Bekanse Maha Bekanse Ratsatsamungate Soha. Like this, I pray for the end of suffering and the root of pain and suffering. And I release the energy of this prayer out into the world so that we may all be liberated. And so we're literally releasing our prayer out into the world, letting our breath, our intention travel. Imagining, in this crumbling capitalistic world, as we midwife new worlds into being, we imagine these prayers soaking into the earth, becoming seeds that bloom, soaking into the rubble of bombed countries so that martyrs deep beneath the earth may even feel this intention and know they're not alone. And we also offer it to ourselves, to know that we, medicine makers and medicine receivers, the day we were born, it's easy to see an infant, a newborn, and be like, oh, this being is deserving of so much care. This being needs so much from us. But just because we grow able to walk and talk, if we do, we grow able to have some more independence, we are still deserving of just as much care. And in fact, we still need just as much care as that first day we blinked our eyes open in this material form. And so we cultivate that care with this mantra. We sink into the fruits of generations of folks just like this, gathering, presenting their pain and their confusion and their joy at the feet of the Buddha, and trying to learn how to love a little more deeply, a little more free. And so the drum, the heartbeat of the earth, will set the tone for us. Move, stay still, do what you need, but take a moment to let whatever arises arise. Breathe. Be here now. If you leave, return. It's time to come home. Om Dhayata Om Bekanse Bekanse Maha Bekanse Raza Samgate Soha Dhayata Breathing in and out. We continue to arrive, noticing our body. And I make an offering to you all. This water in this jar was collected from the marshes that Harriet Tubman was born at, between her birthplace and the plantation, Brodus Plantation, which she liberated herself and many others from, filled with cowrie shells from the Congo, offered in deep ceremony on a retreat during my pilgrimage. I offer these liberating waters to you all. May you be cleansed. May you imagine them pouring over your body from the crown of your head to the tips of your toes. We are bathed and soaked. We are bathed in the deep potential and reality of liberation. This is water that remembers. Down in Maryland, where a lot of my family's from and where Harriet Tubman was born, the marshes are almost wholly unchanged in that section. Those trees remember. They held the blood, the sweat, the tears of so many of my ancestors, of enslaved folks on this land. And when I was back there, I was moved to tears. It was the middle of summer. I was sweating. It was hot. I had a couple of cuts on my fingers from woodworking, so I was a little bit bleeding as I was doing my ceremonies, drumming hard. And I thought, what a gift to choose to offer my blood, sweat, and tears into this land, where so many have had that so wrongfully taken from them. What a gift it is to be born into this exact moment full of suffering and oppression, and to know that I can get free. That it has been done before and it will be done again. That the nature and law of the universe is transformation, is deep homecoming. None of this is an obstacle to my liberation. None of the oppression at my plate is in the way of me getting free. And in fact, it is the very doorway that I will walk through to get free. This is the ancestral power of lineage, of coming home to who we really are. And the chant holds this. Our blood, even our disconnection from ourselves, holds this. Our pain, not something to judge or to feel ashamed of, but just notes, messages from our body and from our environment of what we might care for, how we might direct our care, how we might tend more deeply and see more clearly what we deserve. That's what the injustice around me teaches me. That's what my rage teaches me. It teaches me that something is not right. And this feeling, this compassion, with passion, that is welling up to teach me how to act, how to move, how to not die in my spot by letting my soul wither away, but how to become alive again in the face of all of this collapse. How to midwife myself into who I am being birthed into in each breath. That's no self to me. It's not losing myself. It's finding how much of everything I really am. And so with that sort of agency and expanse, I offer these prayers. Prayers we can get Johnny into the memory care home that is best for him. Gratitude for my beloved daughter. Thanksgiving and gratitude for B and T and J and S, the wisdom blessings given to us. Prayers for S and her livelihood. Prayers for clarity and the capacity to hold all that is present. Prayers for my mom, that she finds ease in her new home. Prayers that I can be of help and reduce suffering. May all beings be liberated as soon as possible. Prayers that we may all be safe, happy, resourced, protected, and free. May the chemo work, and I be free from cancer, from fear. May all beings be free, with peace in their heart, peace and liberty in Gaza. Prayers for A and Z to deepen their connection to community. Prayers of profound gratitude to all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, angels and ancestors for their generous, patient, thorough support of me during a very difficult time. Prayers of devotion and connection to all of the nature beings and benevolent spirits in my community. Prayers that we, all in this community, humans, spirits, all beings, be happy, healthy, safe, and free, now and always. Prayers for Lama Rod's safe travel. Prayers for C to find the courage to move forward in her life professionally and to take the risks she needs to take. Prayers for my nephew who needs a kidney transplant. Prayers for acclimation and attunement for a deeper sense of grounding as I transition into a new place of work, home, place, which means also potential community. Prayers for JB to get free. Prayers for granddaughter that she may find her way to healing and peace. Prayers for myself, my daughters, and our friends and our family who are grieving the sudden unimaginable death of my son. Prayers for C that she may learn to trust herself and know freedom from suffering. Prayers for F, prayers of deep gratitude for Eli Ryn Brown leading us in practice today. Prayers of deep gratitude for astrological wisdom. Prayers for Jay's family and friends in mourning. Prayers that C find healing and freedom from their addictions. Prayers that I acknowledge enoughness, that I am enough, and that I have enough to experience freedom and joy. Prayers that all living beings, with the loss of a parent, find exactly what they need. Prayers of gratitude to the staff at Candlewood Hotel and Suites in New Bern, North Carolina. Prayers of protection for Molly, the dog who is 10 years old and lives outside year-round. May she be happy and well cared for. Ashe. Prayers for strength and courage to take care of myself, to reach out for help. As disabled, queer senior, to find housing where I feel valued and my access needs respected. Prayers for my beloveds. May they be free and safe for harm. Prayers for my chronically ill body. May it continue to regenerate and heal. May I accept the parts of me that are dying while remembering the parts of me that are being reborn. And prayers that we feel in our bodies tastes of liberation, connection, and joy, and that they sustain us until we can find lasting, true, pervasive liberation. With these prayers, we hold them in our heart, we offer them to the winds, waters, and soils of the earth. And we'll move just for a few minutes through the mantra again. As a true act of consecration, of really solidifying our intention and our yearning for peace. Hayata beknze beknze maha beknze radha samgate soha hayata samgate soha ayata unne vekne mahavekne raza 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 samgate soha ayata vekne 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 mahavekne raza samgate soha I ask you again, because this is what I need. Will you get free with me? Will you let your heart break open with mine, so that I know I am not alone? Will you let your yearning for liberation, your love for your people swell through your entire being, so that I know true community is possible? Will you get free with me so I can save myself from separation and from the false idea that I can't do this? I need you to get free. This love we are creating, this awareness, it's all of ours to bask in together. My freedom is your freedom. I need you to get free. I don't need you to do any big sweeping gestures or to change your life in a day. I just need you to come home with me. To see clearly as we look into, the eyes of the medicine Buddha, as we look into the eyes and visages of our ancestors, to see ourselves, to know our deep potential. Will you get free with me? My entire life depends on it. And so deeply, I fall in love with the us we are becoming. We'll close out our practice with Shantideva's prayer, reciting it 3 times. Again, whether you listen, recite, whatever you do, do it all the way. No fear, no shame, just commit. If you won't change your mind, commit to that. But just do it. That's the first step. Just say yes to yourself. May I be a protector to those without protection, a leader for those who journey, and a boat, a bridge, a passage for those desiring the further shore. May the pain of every living creature be completely cleared away. May I be the doctor and the medicine, and may I be the nurse for all sick beings in the world, until everyone is healed. Just like space and the great elements such as earth, may I always support the life of all the boundless creatures, and until they pass away from pain, may I also be the source of life for all the realms of varied beings that reach unto the ends of space. May I be a protector to those without protection, a leader for those who journey, and a boat, a bridge, a passage for those desiring the further shore. May the pain of every living creature be completely cleared away. May I be the doctor and the medicine, and may I be the nurse for all sick beings in the world until everyone is healed. Just like space and the great elements such as earth, may I always support the life of all the boundless creatures, and until they pass away from pain, may I also be the source of life for all the realms of varied beings that reach into the ends of space. May I be a protector to those without protection, a leader for those who journey, and a boat, a bridge, a passage for those desiring the further shore. May the pain of every living creature be completely cleared away. May I be the doctor and the medicine, and may I be the nurse for all sick beings in the world, until everyone is healed. Just like space and the great elements such as earth, may I always support the life of all the boundless creatures, and until they pass away from pain, may I also be the source of life for all the realms of varied beings that reach into the ends of space. Svaha. May it be so. We dedicate the merit of this practice, any intimacy gained, any connection felt, any awareness arisen to all beings. May they be free. May they experience ease from pain and suffering. And I will offer you all one last chant. The 10-phrase, life-prolonging chant of Kanon. It's called, I'll type it in the chat. It's called, oh, sorry, all caps lock is on. I'm not yelling at you. But it's called Enmeijuku Kanongyo. I'll recite it 3 times with an ekoku, dedication of merit. Really for the preservation of your livelihood, your heart, your well-being, and the aspiration that we all get free together. Kanze on namu butsu yo butsu in yo butsu en bupo so en joraku ga jo konen kanze on jonen kanze on nen jushinki nen furishin. Kanze on namu butsu yo butsu in yo butsu en bupo so en joraku ga jo jonen kanze on nen jushinki nen furishin. Kanze on namu butsu yo butsu in yo butsu en bupo so en joraku ga jo chonen kanze on nen jushinki nen furishin. Kanni shiku doku Yodo seizai Donbo daijin I thank you deeply for your practice and your presence. May we get free together. Yeah, that's all from me today. If you want to find me, you can find my Patreon, my website. I'm around. I do weekly sits with Harry Tubman, weekly sits for folks in Chicago, and it's like a season of medicine. So if you're looking for some protective oils, some like ways to protect your body, we have a lot going on with my little abolitionist dreaming practice. So there's a lot available to you. Thank you. Thank you to Lama Rod over in Portugal right now, I think. And thank you to all of you and to Eric for holding this space, for being, Eric's the big person on my screen because Eric talked first. So I just watch Eric and that's really lovely to me. So thank you for your presence and your vibes. And I will let you close us out, Eric. Thank you.